Hello everybody. Roll to win. Another series that we're beginning tonight. So I'm calling the series, well, if they can do it, why can't I? And so to make it kind of short, when I first started looking at dice influence, some would call it dice control, which there's no such real thing as dice control, in my opinion. I began searching YouTube, and obviously if you've been around YouTube and looking at craps videos, you're going to run into Mark over at the Bonethrower. And I give Mark a lot of credit in that he caught my interest very early, like he did probably many of you. And he pulls off some interesting rolls and interesting tosses, a lot of off-axis things, and it caught my attention. For me, as I began to delve deeper and deeper, I felt limited with those types of tosses. Nonetheless, I went back tonight and I watched one of his videos where he is setting the dice into what he calls a cross six. Well, it is a cross six to an extent. He's just rolling it over. He got a 3, 5, 5, 6. And he's trying to keep one die on axis, one die off axis. In his video, which is on my TV screen up here, he only threw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then he went on to explain how he was beyond the proverbial 6 tosses. And I thought, well, let's give that one a shot. I'll try to replicate his toss. He's taking the dice, he's not putting any spin on them. He's talking about keeping them low and just tossing them straight from the deck just like this. One thing that I will disagree with him is I don't consider the cross sixes that dangerous of a set. If you stay on axis, there's only 1 7, 2 7s, a 6 1 and 1 6, both of which are double pitches. So we'll give it a go for a little bit and see how we can do it versus how he did it. And after all, if he can do it, why can't we do it, right? First roll is a 7. That would be discouraging, wouldn't it? Well, it's a front line winner. Let's keep going. 3, 6. He threw it a little bit deeper than I just did. There we go. Point would be 6. His whole object or whole philosophy is to have either a 5, a 6, or a 1 showing. Well, there's the 1. And so he was marking any toss he made that had a 1 or a 6. I'm not going to count the 6 1 with a red chip. It's 5, 4, 9. Again, he says you want 1 on axis, 1 off axis. Well, if you're going to do that, just throw the hard ways. 3, 6, 5, 6. See, I almost went back to my old. There's a 5-1-6 made the point. So I'm going to throw a red down. Got a 5-1 on it. Again, as I understand his toss, he's taking it and almost pushing it, no rotation. 5-2-7, come out 7. Had a not so good result. I rolled that over. That came from a 5. Here's part of the problem with his philosophy. Not really the problem, but it's just a natural occurrence. You see, he had a 3-6. He had a 5-6. 5 stayed on axis. This one went off axis, but it off axis straight to a 7. For our purposes, we will just call that a come out 7. But I consider that a fail on the toss. 6-1-7. Alright, so now if we were counting these up, we would have 3 7s and 6 throws. He will tell you that that is not your 7. He would say, well, you didn't 7 out. True. Alright, there's a 1, 2, 3. At this point in the game, that would be lying away on a craps number. I guess I should mark that with a red dice, even though it's not a scoring hit. His whole premise is to either have a 6 or a 1 showing. Eight. Put a red one out there. 6-3-9. After all, we're just learning his toss, right? Six, 5, yo. Be another red chip. Whole premise behind what he's saying, and he's accurate, it's just not realistic, is that if I can have a 6 or just a 1 showing, I'll never roll a 7. That is true. You can't. If you've only got a 6 showing and any other number but a 1, you'll never roll a 7. Same for the 1. Well, that sounds great to people, but it's not, who don't know anything about the game yet. And it's not totally realistic. You've already seen me throw at least one 6-1 out of this. 5-4-9. Now keep in mind, this short video that I'm doing will neither validate nor invalidate his toss. 8. That's the point. 6, 2, 8. Again, though, we had another 6 showing. Coming out. 6, 3, 9. I am getting a lot of 6s off this. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of 6s off of this. Six, 3, 9, that's the point. So actually that was 2. Can't remember whether I put a red chip out there or not. They made the point with another, whoops, with another 6. It was a 6, 3. Let's see where we go from here. See if we can keep it going. Seven. Huh. It's amazing. Every time we throw a 7, it's going to come out. Would not count on that in real life. Six, 4, 10. Again, another 6 showed up. So I can't fault that argument, because mathematically it's 100% correct. If you got a 6 showing and never throw a 1, you'll never get a 7. That's totally genius, actually, right? It's just good math. Problem is doing it with real money on the table. Oh, I threw that one way short. That's a short, easy 10. 6, 4. We'll keep going until we get a bad number on losing toss. Again, there's a 4, 3, 7. Pucks off, that's a come out 7. Totally bizarre. Totally bizarre. This is when you quit throwing your money at the all tall small, because you're wasting money at that point with this throw. 1, 4, 5. There's another red chip for the 5 for the 1. Hopefully you can see it. I'm still experimenting with cameras, angles, and microphones. So 4, 2, 6. 2, 8. Another red chip for the 8. And I rolled that 4 over to a 2 because I'm such a terrible stick man. Three, 2, 5. That will be the point. Coming out for another. Coming out. Let's see if we can keep our string alive and roll 7s when there's no puck on. 3, 2. It's easy to see why Mr. Bonethrower has a big following. 3, 2, 5. It's also very easy to see why he's extremely controversial. You're not going to find me bragging on myself. It's pretty self-evident. For me, it's a 12. We'll call that a double red chipper. Actually, just one red chip, but we did throw a 12. And they're crossed. All I gotta do is pick them up, turn them around. 4, 2, 6. Maybe this is one of those tosses that I need to remember when nothing really seems to work. This one's working a little bit. One, 3, 4. 4 gets a red chip. If this was a live roll, we'd be making some money. As long as we weren't throwing too much at that all tall small early on. 6, 2, 8. It's funny how it seems to be working, doesn't it? It's not. I'm picking mine up. I've got a little arc in mine, throwing it flat back there. It's a hard 4. My dice are landing pretty flat for the most part. Putting in a little arc, might be a little more arc than what he talks about in his video. 3, 2, 5. That's our point. It's 2 hits on 5. 3, 2, 5. What about it? We got through a come out sequence a minute ago without a 7. See how this one goes. Coming out. Three, 2, 5 again. let me warn you. Just cause he did it. Because I'm doing it a lot longer than he did it. Of course, he stopped his video after 6 or 7 tosses. It's not necessarily recommending that you do this. I just want to see in this series, if he can do it, why can't I do it? There's 8. It's 3, 5, 8. We might be able to throw all night. Hard 8. Hard 8. So 5, 1, 6. Another 1 show up. That's what he says he's looking for, either a 1 or a 6. But only one of each, not both, obviously. Now I got somebody sawing in my garage. 6, 4. 6, 4. 3, 2, 3, 6. 3, 2, 5. That's our point. Got a lot of chips out there. Made a lot of numbers. We did go through that lucky streak of come out 7s. Six, 5, yo. That's our second yo. Apologize for the saw going on in the background. I have no idea what my son is trying to do. He has no idea I'm in here trying to make a video. 6, 2, 8. That would be the point. Pull a red chip out for the 8. See what else. I'm loving the results. Hard 6. I am loving the results. Just don't know how predictable it would really be. Might be something for folks to practice on a rig. Keep it for one of those days where you have very little. Well, let's see. There we go. Keep this in your back pocket when you're just not keeping things on axis. Nice. 6, 4, 10. Be another red chip on the 10. Let's see. Again, here's kind of how I'm throwing this toss of his. So 3, 3, 6, 5, 6, cross 6. Kind of a regular finger, 3-finger grip, keeping it flat, picking it up and throwing it flat. No backspin, none of this. Just pick it up, drop it. 3, 2, 5. I don't know if this would work well at all on a very bouncy table. I am taking it. Finally, we 7'd out. That was a really short throw. You might see it landed here instead of back up there against the wall. So I'll take the blame for that. So let's just see how many tosses we had. Now we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 7s before that last 7 that just rolled. All 5 of those came in the come out roll. Now, I will tell you, based on a lot of long rolls that I've seen, come out 7s really extend your roll when you get lucky enough for them to hit on the come out. But all right, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 box numbers. 34, 35, 36, 37. We had 4 horn numbers thrown. So what do you have to say? I was a little surprised. I've never even tried this before tonight. Maybe I'm a little better than average on keeping my dice tossed flat enough for this. I have no explanation. It could be total variance. If I tried it again, I'll probably never do that again on video. But we'll see. The whole point of this series is I'm trying to find videos where we see some things that catch our interest, see if they apply to us regular guys and gals as we try to attempt to emulate one of their throws. And I am not suggesting that you emulate this throw, but there's the evidence of one that I just did. Again, it's not really an axis toss, it's really a flat off axis toss. Again, according to Mr. Bonethrower, he wants to see a 6 or a 1, and we marked those with red chips. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 of those 33, 34 tosses did have either a 1 or a 6. I know that one was a 1, 6, 7 on that first come out. I can't remember the other 4 that were there. So that's how you roll to win, according to Mr. Bonethrower. And thank you for watching this series of if they can do it, why can't I do it? Well, obviously on this video, I can do it. Thank you again. Hit the like and share and subscribe buttons. It would be most appreciative. We're trying to get the viewership up a little bit on this. We're just brand new. But if you enjoy this type of series, let us know. And if you have a video that you'd like to try to emulate, I'll do my best. No promises.